FightHype.com here on location, fresh into Melbourne. Michael Zerafa, how are we?
Good, mate. Good. Ready for another day in the office, brother. Doesn't end.
Squiver Falcoa, the IBF #1 middleweight fighter, fought on the weekend. He had a tough victory, went the full 10 rounds. Lots of talk at the moment around this potential world title fight in Melbourne. What can you tell us?
Look, he's tough, but man, he doesn't have what I bring. You know, he's been in there with guys that are flat-footed, you know, don't have the best boxing IQ, and I truly believe I beat him. You know, he's very vocal. He's talking a big game, but I mean, like I said, once the contracts are signed, you know, the dates are in, it's showtime, and I've trained my whole life for this world title opportunity, and I'm going to bring it home.
Bob Arum has met with your trainer/manager the other day in Sam Labruna. What can you tell us about that and what has come out of that?
Look, you know, we're just waiting basically for this fight, the big George Kambosos Haney fight, obviously to pass, and then we just sit down again and get into heavier negotiations with venues, dates. But he's happy to come to Melbourne. You know, he's been very vocal, saying he's going to knock me out, and you know, he's happy to come to Australia. So for me, like I said, I've never fought for a world title in my backyard. I've always had to travel around the world, you know, Russia, England, America. So this time now, it's a different ball game, and I'm not going to let it slip this time.
Getting on to Kambosos versus Haney, it's great insight for these promoters to see what such a big show. You know, I mean, you want to bring a big show down here in October, November yourself. Your thoughts on everything that went down yesterday? There was a lot of talk. Kambosos calling him a rat, Haney saying, "What the hell are you on about?" Did you get to see much of it? Yeah, I watched all of it. It's great for Australian boxing, man. It's great for boxing in general. You know, Haney, biggest name in boxing. Kambosos, biggest name in boxing, going head to head. Man, it's exciting. I think George is going to go out there and shock the world yet again. But he's got a tough fight ahead of him. You know, Haney's been in there with some of the best and beaten some of the best, and you know, his boxing IQ is very high. And I'm just looking forward to it. But I think Georgie is going to come in with another W. He's going to take all 4 belts. Your thoughts on too for George as well? The training camp has been absolutely phenomenal. What does George have to do different to beat Devin Haney, or the fighter that you saw? I know he was victorious against Teofimo Lopez. What does George need to be wary of when he fights Devin Haney? Look, you know, Haney, from what I've seen, is very patient. He picks his shots tremendously. But I think the same game plan kind of beats Haney. You know, that rushing him, you know, that aggression in the heart, you know, just keep walking forward. I think the same style that he fought Teofimo is probably going to win the same for Haney against him. So, I mean, good, if he brings his right mindset, he stays switched on and composed, I think he stops in late rounds. Mate, all the best. I know you've got to fly out of the States shortly to go do some TV show commitments and everything. You'll be back down on Saturday for the big fight. Lots of media, mate. We can't wait to see you in the build-up for Kambosos Haney. I appreciate it, mate. Nunan Boy Promotions doing great things, mate, #1. And FightHype. And Oz Boxing Central. Yeah, I was getting to it, ABC, best in the business. Thanks, brother.